Welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Wednesday, September 24th, Major League Baseball show. Another full slate of baseball coming for you on Wednesday, including a couple day games. Interesting day to say the least. When it comes to Tuesday's game, it was called Which Bullpen Can Suck More? For most of the day. First of all, if you're new to our show, welcome. We are sponsored, every YouTube show we do, sponsored to you by the wonderful sports betting app Outlier, #1's world sports betting app. If you want great bet ideas, if you want trends, where the money's coming in on the books, where the line's moving, make multiple bets from multiple books and odd shop and all that kind of fun stuff, you can do so on Outlier. 7-day free trial in the comment section of this episode here and also on our YouTube channel page. Make sure you check that out. But to get back to the battle of the shitty bullpens, Cubs give up the lead after being up, 6-1, and give up that game, lose 9-7. Royals bullpen was dominant. I mean, the Royals were dominant basically the entire game, and their bullpen still gives up a couple runs late to make that game 8-4. Dodgers go into the ninth 4-3 over the D-backs. Tanner Scott, once again, an absolute shit show from him. The Dodgers have some serious issues when it comes to the bullpen right now. Heading into playoff time's not good. Guardians, we told you we're going to get a win. That worked out well. Bullpen, Pirates and Reds, the bullpens actually did well. Pirates scored 4 in the second inning. That's all they needed. The Reds didn't show up. The bullpen for the Phillies, absolute shit show. They allowed runs in the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th to lose that game 6-5. Yankees get to the White Sox bullpen to pull that game out 3-2. Just more bullpens, and more bullpens. Toronto's bullpen gives up the lead as well. They lose 4-1. I mean, what else is we going to say here? I mean, this was just an absolute just back and baffle. Mariners score 3 in the bottom of the 8th against the Rockies in order to win that game against their bullpen. Brewers didn't show up at all as the Padres actually scored runs early. Cardinals get a backdoor win. We told you that was them, and the Guardians were 2 dogs of the day. They scored 2 in the top of the 9th against the Giants bullpen. They continue to suck. I don't know what else to tell you, but besides probably better focus everything in on the first 5 to 7 innings. Like, that was an absolute just giant douchebag of a shit show. And excuse my French and language here on Tuesday. Now we get into Wednesday. By the way, Guardians did tie for the lead now in the AL Central. And A's are a game back of the Tigers for the last wild card spot. Man, is this week fun. Diamondbacks and Reds, both a game back of the Mets. Anyway, if you're new to following our show here on TikTok, we do have a way we call core 4 teams. Basically, 4 teams we fade or follow in baseball. The reason is there's so many games. It is absolutely, in so few a days, it is absolute insanity to try to play everybody and stay on top of it. Unfortunately, we do have to do other things for a living as well. And there's not 15 of me on the research staff to look everything up. So we stick to the 4 teams, Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. I'm going to give you plays throughout the entire lineup. We'll go through our personal bets, my personal bets, which are also just in those 4. Let's get started. We got, like I said, we got day baseball today as well. 12:15 Eastern time frame. Braves, Nationals, Alvarez, Elder. Braves are once again a $1.80 favorite. No surprise here. Total of 9. Braves continue to win. What are they up to now? 9 in a row. Some to that effect. 8 in a row. Whatever. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't, because the Braves aren't going anywhere. They can win all the games they want the rest of the week. Guess what? They're still going 1-2-3 Cancun. Give us the Braves in this one, -0.5 from 5, -1.5 game. You can also play money line for both sides. Braves probably pop their team total. Wouldn't shock me either. Next game up, 4:10 Eastern time frame. Padres, Dylan Cease against Patrick and the Brouhahas. All right, so Padres won their first 2 games of this series. Go figure, they beat a good team, right? Normally they can't beat a good team to save their rear end. Brewers got a 3-game lead for the #1 overall seed. Don't know if that matters too much if they're 1 or 2. It should matter. But Phillies lost again as well, so that helped the Brouhahas out. I actually like the pitching matchup here for the Brewers. I hate Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease is probably going to get – I'll give you some plays here. Over 2.5 earned runs for Dylan Cease. Over 1.5 walks. They'll probably strike out 6 guys. But do like the Brewers plus a half a run from 5. Brewers plus 1.5 for the game. You don't have to play a money line here. There's no sense. If you like plus money, I understand. I do too. Who doesn't? But smarter plays, Brewers plus a half from 5. Brewers plus 1.5 for the game. Like I said, and Dylan Cease over 2.5 earned runs. I think all of those play extremely well. Next game up, we get into the night games. We've been telling you about Tampa Bay and Baltimore series. That Baltimore now, once a game, the game goes under. Monster win for us. It's 16 in a row, folks, that are unders at home. You are missing out on some ATM things here. You don't even have to put in a PIN number. Totals at 8.5 in this game here. And guess where we're going? Tyler Wells and Shane Baz. I'll give you one hint where we're going. It's called under. Let's give you all of our bets as it is an Orioles game, so we're heavily involved in this one. All right, Orioles, Rays under 8.5, 2.5 the first 3 innings, 4.5 the first 5, 6.5 the first 7. Rays and the Orioles under 4.5 team total. Beavers under a half a single. Gunner under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Gunner under 1.5 total bases. Rushman under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Under 1.5 total bases. Gunner under a half a run. Baz over 15.5 outs. This is monster plus money over on ProfitX. You might want to look at this. Gunner under a half a run. Wells under 5.5 strikeouts. He hasn't struck 5.5 out, and I can't remember when. Brandon Lowe, Caminero, Holiday, Simpson, all under 1.5 total bases as well. Next game up. We've got Tigers, Guardians. This should be fun. BB versus Jack Flaherty, and the Guardians are finally favored. Do you guys realize the Guardians beat Scooble in twice in a week? That is unreal. Guardians in fuego right now. Winners of 11 out of their last 12. What are the Tigers up to? What have they lost? About 9 in a row? I mean, the Tigers are in an absolute shit show, free fall. Going to be lucky to make the playoffs at this point. This one's an easy one for us. It's called Guardians money line from 5. Guardians money line for the game. By the way, congrats, Gavin Williams. You pitched a monster on Tuesday. Flaherty has a tendency to get beat up a little bit, so we like the Guards in that one. Like I said, money line from 5, money line game. Next game up, 6:40 Eastern time as well. Reds, Pirates, best pitching matchup on the schedule by far, not even close. Hunter Green, Paul Skeens. So we're gonna simplify this one really easily. Total in this game is at what, 7, which is probably way too much. I'd take it down to 6.5 and play under 3.5 from 5. Skeens and Green both have a chance of strikeouts there as well. Under 3.5 team totals both ways as well. All the runs I believe going to be in the second half of this game, 6th inning on. Probably no reason for Skeens to pitch more than 5 unless he's just cruising. Hunter Green, there's a big reason for him to pitch as long as he possibly can because that Reds bullpen is hot garbage. Actually, both bullpens are no good. But, Reds desperately need wins. They're 1 game back, tied with the Diamondbacks behind the Mets. And the Mets look like they're going to try to crush some runs against the Cubs this week so far. So Reds need every win they can get. They need to get this one here. That's a tough one against Skeens, but still live, I think. If you wanted to take them, they're barely, they're almost favored in this game. So in that one. Next game up, 6:45 Eastern time, Ryan Weathers and Luzardo. Luzardo's back at Philly. That's normally not good news for all Philly fans. Let's be honest here. The Phillies bullpen gave up 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th gave up runs. You cannot do that and expect to win a game. Come on. Seriously, what is wrong? The Marlins really can post runs by every inning in this one? Come on. I don't think so. All right, this game here should be a Phillies win, but Luzardo struggles, and it's a $2 favorite. No thanks. Over 4.5 the first 5 innings, over 8.5 for the game. I think we see some runs in this one. You could also play over 2.5 the first 3, over 6.5 the first 7 innings as well. I think all of those play. Do not be shocked that the Phillies and the Marlins both go over their team total as well. Next game up, White Sox, Yankees. So White Sox should have won that game, but the Yanks scored 2 in the ninth, yada, yada, yada. The Yanks are a $3.75 favorite here. Fried versus Allard. I understand Max Fried has been in Fuego. He really has. I understand. All right, so we're going back to the White Sox yes-run first inning. I don't know really how to combat this with the Yanks. I think they're going to win. You really can't play them. Not at that number. That's just an absolute ridiculous number. They are professional baseball players for the White Sox, supposedly. But can't play them plus 1.5 either. When looking at the run line in this game, it's like $1.60 for them to win by 2. If you got to play the Yankees, you got to play them minus 2.5. And you're still not going to get to even money. How crazy is that? I don't know what else to say in this one, but yes, run first inning, I guess, might have the biggest play in that game, period. Next game up. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Max Scherzer, and Garrett Crochet. Blue Jays are in trouble. They desperately needed to win game 1. Bullpen torched them as well. Crochet against Scherzer. Scherzer, the last game he pitched was the 20-run game to the Royals. Scherzer pitches better at home. I mean, that's definitely a fact. And that one there, this is one of those games here. It's like, man, I don't want to see the Blue Jays lose this number 1 overall seed, but they're headed that direction. Last 3 games for Scherzer, 7 runs against the Royals, 2 runs against Baltimore, and 4 against the Yanks. Now, the 7 and the 4 were on the road. You got to remember that as well. His first inning is normally his worst inning when it comes to this as well. So let's go yes run first inning again here for the Blue Jays game, right? Think we have to there. His ERA is about 1.5 better at home, still at 4.4. I don't know how we get away from the White Sox here. We can't. I mean, from the Red Sox, sorry. My apologies. It's one of those damn Sox. Red Sox money line front 5. Red Sox money line game. Yes, run first inning. Red Sox, Blue Jays. You know what? I think over 7.5 plays here as well. If Toronto can figure out how to score some runs, this thing might cruise past 7.5. Red Sox over team total as well. Next game up, 5:05 out here in Phoenix. So 8:05 Eastern time frame. We're back to a normal start time for the Cubs on a night game. Matthew Boyd and Tong on this one here. We saw a 9-7 game on Tuesday with Cade Horton. Cade Horton left after 3 innings. Supposedly back tightness. Hopefully, I pray to Jesus he's okay because the Cubs are going to need him for the first round of the playoffs because he's going to be their number 1 starter unless he's hurt. Cubs, like I said, the bullpen was a disappointment. They still put up 7 runs. Just the only problem was the Mets put up 9. Total in this game currently at 7.5. I'm sorry, at 7. Okay, so we're going to take that down to 6.5, and we're going to blast this over. Cubs Mets over 1.5 the first 3 innings, 3.5 the first 5, 5.5 the first 6 is plus money. You can play 4.5 there as well. Over 6.5 for the game. Mets and the Cubs both over 3.5 team total. 3 hitters, same 5 bets apiece. Bush, Horner, and Lindor. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Next game up, Twins, Rangers, DeGrom, Bradley. Teams playing for absolutely nothing, and we kind of saw that in game 1 of this series. Corbin and Matthews, I think everybody's ready just to pack their shit up and go home. Therefore, I can't play the Rangers at a $2 favorite. We'll play the Twins plus 1.5, plus a half a run from 5 as well. I think you're getting good value there. To be really honest, wouldn't surprise me if the game goes over 7.5. Taj Bradley is absolutely horrible. I'm aware, but I don't think either team really gives a shit at the moment. So take the dog, take the money. Next game up, 9:38 Eastern time frame. This game just came on the board. Royals, Angels, Yusei Kikuchi, and Kolek in this one. Kolek's had his moments where he's pitched really well, and he's had his moments where he hasn't. What a shocker that is. Yusei Kikuchi, on the other hand, does that guy ever pitch good anymore? Like, he used to be like 10 strikeouts a night, all that kind of stuff. He has not been that in a minute. In fact, his K numbers have went way down. Like 2, 3, and 1 in his last 3 starts when this guy was striking out 2 consistently. Now, Last 2 starts, 2 runs and a run. Third 3 starts ago, 7 runs against the A's. He normally pitches better on the road than at home. They're at home, though. I like the Royals again in this one. I don't think Tuesday night was a fluke, that 8-4 final. So in this one here, let's give you all the plays here. Royals money line plus 1.5. It's a little juicy, but well worth the play. Minus 1.5, 2.5 on the run line. Royals over 3.5 team total. Royals money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. 2 hitters, same 5 bets apiece. Witt and the Bobby Witt, Salvador Perez. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. The Royals normally do hit left-handers pretty well. I think that continues on Wednesday night. Next game up, still no starters announced in this game. We had to wait for frickin' all night long in the Rockies-Mariners game 1. Mariners score runs late to win game 1. They're game 2. They're a $3.20 favorite. Okay. They win. Astros lose 4 games, a 4-game lead with 5 to play. I think they've got the American League West sewn up, right? Astros are doing their best impression of we don't want to play in the postseason here over the last week plus. Just getting swept by Seattle at home was devastating to the Stros. Mariners obviously riding high. I can't play a $3.20 favorite without a starter here. Do I think the Mariners win? Sure. I'm going to tell you what. I think Rockies plus 2.5 and plus 3.5 plus 1.5 front 5 is probably a smarter play with nobody on the board there in that one at 9:40. Next game up, 9:40 as well. We have Diamondbacks and Blake Snell and the Dodgers. So Diamondbacks scored 2 off of Tanner Scott. What a closer he is for the Dodgers. Like I mentioned at the start of the show, they're in trouble. They really are. They have got to figure out a way to start scoring 6 runs a game again. Because if not, the playoffs are looking mighty ugly for the Dodgers. This is going to be – who the hell knows who's going to win in the playoffs? This is what this is turning into, an absolute crap show. It makes baseball fun. It also makes bettors nuts because you get no consistency out of anybody. I will say this, Ryan Nelson has pitched wonderfully in his career against the Dodgers. Blake Snell's pitched really solid against the D-backs. Total in this game is at 8.5. I'll tell you where we're going. It's called under. Dodgers, D-backs, under 2.5 the first 3, 4.5 the first 5, 6.5 for 7, 8.5 for the game. Dodgers under 4.5 team total. D-backs under 3.5 team total. Blake Snell you can still get for 6+ strikeouts. When do you ever see Snell's number at 6 Ks? And it's not like minus 300. Only minus a 1.5 at 150 over at Bet365. Nelson under 1.5 walks. Snell under 2.5 earned runs. Nelson under 2.5 earned runs. Ohtani under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Ketel Marte under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, under 1.5 total bases. And Ohtani under 1.5 total bases. Next game up, St. Louis Cardinals and the Rays. This game's currently locked on the board everywhere I've looked. Sonny Gray, Robbie Ray. This is another one here. I honestly think the Giants are done. Cardinals money line front 5. Cardinals money line game. Cardinals minus 1.5. I'm sure they're going to be favored here as well. Cardinals over their team total against Robbie Ray. Normally they don't have left-handers tremendously, but the way they went, how can you get behind them? How can you get behind the Giants at all? And then we'll finish up the last game of the night, 10:05 Eastern time frame. Hunter Brown and the Stros, Luis Severino and the A's. Stros are about $1.40, $1.50 favorite here with Hunter Brown on the mound. No surprise there. They look like they've quit. So this game, it totals at 9. You can take it to 9.5, go under 5 the first 5 innings. And I'll be really honest with you, A's on the money line, A's plus 1.5, A's plus a half a run front 5. All of those play extremely well there. I honestly believe the Astros are just like, they can't get out of their own way. They're like the Tigers at the moment. Who is going to lose the least amount of games for the next 5 is going to determine who gets that last wild card spot. Too bad the Royals are a little bit too far back to catch it. It's just down to those 2 teams. All right, that's a rundown of Major League Baseball for September 24th. If you like the content you're seeing here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get all the alerts every time we come on. We try to put out shows daily. We got college football coming up as well, as we are in a Thursday night game. Thursday night football for the NFL will have its own show, and then we'll have college football Saturday and Sunday as well. So no problem. It'll all be there. You want to check it out. You want to get all of that stuff. All of our shows on YouTube brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. 7-day free trial. You can get that in the comment section or the YouTube channel page. And also private Discord channel available for all of you out there. We've had a lot of people sign up here over the last, couple days. I think everybody wanted to get in this college football action. I don't blame them because we've been just absolutely crushing it there. Not only that, we have a 5,000 unit play coming up on college football Saturday. So Discord got it. You can get it a little bit later on if you're not paying for the Discord. If you want to get in, though, highly recommend it. Link in the comments section and the YouTube channel page. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.